Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for my subscribers, and if you're new here, I am Jasmine Wernicke. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss anything else going forward. Today's video is all about the top 10 ways to be the best education assistant ever, and education assistant is what we call it here in Canada. But I know like in the States and that it's also known as a teacher's aide. So I'll give you a little snippet of how I started as an education assistant, and then I'll get right into the points. If you'd like to fast forward, no problem at all to get straight to those top 10 reasons and ways to be the best education assistant. So I took a 10-month program at a local college, which was great. It was fantastic. I really loved the vibe and all the professors and everything we learned about. I really enjoyed it. I made some great friends through the program as well. And the projects that we did, we built a classroom and we got to model and know what the student is looking for in that project. So what are their needs? How do you set up a classroom to have comfy, cozy corners? Because this is to support special needs children in the classroom. That is all about the job, and I'll get right to that as well. So yes, then 10 months went by, including a high school practicum and also an elementary school practicum. So that is where I was able to really get a feel for 1 month in each of those, how a day-to-day looked like. So it was hands-on, it was real life, and it's just the practicums were really great in that program. Being able to really witness different strategies and tools and personalities and just all about your day-to-day as an education assistant. And now I feel like, you might be watching this video if you're interested in becoming an education assistant, and you may be watching this video if you're a teacher or you're already a teacher's assistant. That's great too. So I'll get right into my top 10 ways to be the best education assistant, which is also known as a teacher's assistant. All right, so number 1 is be willing to be flexible and adaptable to a variety of situations. There's a reason that that's number 1. So for example, in the workday, I've been an EA now for going on my 7th year. So for example, on your day-to-day, you may be pulled from classroom to classroom, student to student, based on where the needs are most for that specific day. So be flexible to different situations, like maybe one child will need more help with toileting and a bathroom routine. And maybe if you get, you have to go to somewhere else and another student in another classroom, they may need help on their behaviors. Maybe they're calling out too much, maybe they're distracting the class. We have to remember it is all about inclusion for the classroom, and we just have to be able, we say like you have to be a ninja. You're a full-time education assistant and you're also a full-time ninja, which means you're going to get pulled in different directions, but it's not meant to stress you out or anything. It's meant to use you and use your education, use your strengths to the best of what the school and students need. So you might have to adapt to a noisier classroom, let's say, different students, different grades. You might have to adapt to starting in like a kindergarten class, and then you might have to, on another year or partway through the year, you might be transferred to go work in high school, right? Because what happens in the schools is they always get different designations, and maybe they're one-on-one per student, you and the student one-on-one, or maybe it's generalized classrooms. So be flexible, number 1. And so going into number 2, you must be in it for the students and not just for the pay. So let me clarify that point. Yes, the pay is definitely good, but you must not just be in it for the pay. Because I see this far too often. I've worked in a lot of different schools, a lot of different classrooms, and there are people that cannot take the position because it's not easy. It is not easy. So you really, truly have to be in this career, in this job for the students. And if you can't do that and are just focusing on, oh, okay, I get this money, I get these paychecks, with any job, you're not gonna last. So remember, it's very important to see what those students need. How are they struggling? How are they succeeding? What is it that they need? Be there for the students. Don't just be in and out just for the pay. And now going into number 3, keep a positive, smiley attitude. And yes, it's just not always easy, right? You might get frustrated, huffy, and it's so okay to feel like that. Go use a bathroom break. If you're not on your break at that point, go take a bathroom break. You're allowed to use the washroom. You're allowed to just kind of cool down because, you know, this is number 3, keeping a positive and smiley attitude is not always possible, but try your best if you're looking to be a teacher's assistant or an EA. It's just really try your very best around the students because they pick up on your vibes too, and if they sort of see that you're like rolling your eyes, like that's not okay. You can't do that in front of the kids or even the staff members, right? Like you have to stay professional, keep a positive, smiley attitude, and just know like it's going to be okay. And if you have concerns, then bring those concerns, like bring a notebook. This is my work bag right here. Bring a notebook and it looks like this here, right? Put your name here and your date here and then just take some notes if you feel like you need to go to the admin for anything. That way things won't boil up, and that way you really, in the end, can keep a positive, smiley attitude. So I really recommend doing something like this. Number 4 is to stay organized. And that's the fun part in this video for sure, is I get to show you guys something. Actually, there's a lot of things I've learned. Keep your binders. I don't have everything here to show you guys, but keep binders organized for subjects. Like if you're doing a math and you need the solutions and the answer key, keep that. Keep the English and literacy binder. If you're reading a novel with the class, just keep your binders and things organized. And you may need books like this one. This one's called Size of the Problem. And this is a social story. And that means that you might need to be photocopying from this, and there's a tons of great social stories for your students. You need to take them home if you need to, but I recommend it. If you were looking to be the best EA, it's my recommendation. This is called the Incredible 5-Point Scale, and it goes over the levels of what your student might be feeling in a day. So there's some really, really great resources. Always, just the size of my bag, stay organized. Keep your resources on hand and pick which ones you like and what you think your student specifically needs. They might not need those, right? Stay organized, plan ahead, like go to the dollar store, and I'm sure the admin will reimburse you if you're picking up some Play-Doh for your student to get that fine motor skills and the sensory. Gets me really excited to be able to talk about this finally in my video, because I do love being an education assistant, and I love passing my knowledge on to you guys. So I won't show you detail for detail, but this right here is a schedule. I won't show you the front, but it's like the times, the days, like when's math, when's science, when's gym, socials, When's a good time to put a social story in your schedule for your student? When's a good time to put a break in there? They're gonna need breaks. So this is something I carry around as a journal, which also works for me to just take notes whenever I need to take notes, right? Because things are changing, so you need to stay organized so you can always be the best EA. And hey, not everyone's gonna like show off or someone that's like doing what they're supposed to be doing in their job, but like, come on, really? Don't let that bug you for sure. So this is just, I have these items in my basket. Sunday today, I'm working on having my own pencil case because sometimes I work in high school and sometimes I work in elementary. So you just go and you pick up your own supplies because it's the truth. Not every single teacher is going to want to share their supplies with you as an EA, and not every school is going to have the extra supplies for you to take. So I understand not everyone can budget to do this, but if you can spend like 20 bucks, even go to the dollar store. I just went to Walmart. Get yourself some pencils on the go, some tape on the go, rubber bands. These are the things you're gonna need in your day, and you're gonna want them with you in your bag when you're gonna be going class to class, right? So you always want markers, little whiteboard. Like, I love being organized. And pencils, Post-it notes, of course my highlighters, erasers, and that's basically where I'm at with those supplies. I got the basics of what I'll need, and I kind of did budget with myself as well. I can use a teacher's scissors, I can use other supplies that they already have in the classroom too. So don't be too overboard about that, but that was number 4, is stay organized. Number 5, always stay neutral, and with the staff gossip, walk away from it. So stay neutral at work for sure. Number 6, ask questions, and do not be afraid to ask those questions. Number 7, remember who your boss is. It's not the teacher. I kind of just touched on that, so pretty much you're the teacher's assistant, right? Like, it's an assistant-based position as well. There's the admin that's in charge of you, and there's like HR and whoever you were hired with. Always remember that. You both have to be able to have a professional relationship for everything to work smooth. Number 8, take your breaks and use your breaks to relax. Take some deep breaths, go look at the work view, go walk around for a lap, go for a little short drive, make sure you're back on time, but definitely take your breaks. I specifically have to go outside as an EA, and many of you probably have to as well as a teacher's assistant. Go outside and supervise your students or other students. That's a big part of the job. So take your breaks. You are allotted to a half-hour break for your lunch, and sometimes you get a 15-minute break, just depends, but generally it's your half-hour lunch depending on how long you're working for. So take them because you need your full 30 minutes, and use a timer. Use a timer on your breaks. Number 9, work out as often as you can to stay in a good, calm mood. Now, ever since for the last few months, actually, I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and my husband, he also has been coming with me. I got him into the workout routine as well, and just definitely know that your job is stressful. It's always going to be stressful, and it's one of those jobs. It is what it is. You kind of need to know that going into it, right? Like, use your mornings is what I recommend. If you can, wake up earlier and get your workouts done at the beginning of the day, because your day will go so much more smooth. You'll be so much more calm. You know, things won't bug you nearly as much. And if you like try and go for your workouts after work, we know that that's just science and facts. It's not always going to work. So Do what you can do as many times as you can in a week, like maybe it's once or twice, no problem at all. Use some movement before work to stay calm. Number 10 is understand and read and know your specific job duties so things can go smooth for you. And that may include looking up, Googling, oh my gosh, researching different articles, ask people questions that you know might be in EA. Ask me any questions down below and I will definitely answer them, please do, so that you know, like, is this going to be a good fit for me? Is this a good fit for me? And that way you can also know your job duties might be in your collective agreement if you're in a union, most likely. Just know what your clear duties are. As an education assistant, look up what the pay is in your area, look up what people say about the job. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family and whoever. Thank you so much for watching.